When is sex over? You might think, when is sex over? Like, if you don't enjoy it, well, um, but what I'm talking about here is, uh, when does it end? What is sex, right? So, sometimes they'll throw out the idea of like, oh, we had sex 3 times last night, or 4 times last night, or over the weekend, 5 times, whatever it is. What does that mean, times? Because what's a discrete sex, uh, you know, nugget? I don't know. What do you call it? Moment. Uh, Typically, if it's a hetero thing, maybe it's, or if it's 2 men, it's maybe when one of them finishes or both of them finish. But what's finishing? Maybe you go again. So what does that even mean? How many times? So when is sex over? How does it? It never has to be over. I mean, eventually it has to be over. You have to carry on with your life. But how do you, and again, talk about this? Wouldn't you want to be on the same page as your partner about what sex is and when you want to stop it? Because if it's just when the man has an orgasm and rolls over and goes to sleep, like the cliche we hear about, well then the other person might be left wanting. But what if other things could happen? So how do you both decide? Or do you both decide? Is it one of you that makes the decision, like it's over now? They just decide because they just stop, or they get up from bed if that's where you were and they just leave. Maybe that's how it happens. But what if you just asked? What if you just asked your partner, like, hey, what if we went longer? What if we did something else? What if we used a toy? What if we did whatever? What if we took a little break and we came back to it in 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, another hour, and we did something else? So uh, have that conversation and think about things like, is hugging or cuddling after? Does that Is that something that both of you want? Is that included in the idea of sex for either or both of you? Is it hugging or cuddling before part of it? Would you both want to be involved in what you consider having sex, or a sexy time period, or a sexy time, whatever you want to call it? Uh, do you know when it's over for them? Do you know when it, even if you think you do, like, oh, it's when they get up and leave to go shower or something, or when they go on the computer, whatever it is that they do, when they roll over, what if that person actually would have wanted to do more? So have that conversation and ask questions like, what do you most want to be present during sexy time, uh, to be most fulfilling? And that could be foreplay things, aftercare things, after play things, whatever it is. What do you need? What do you think you might need? Because again, you may not know until you try and go, oh, I like that. So find out what it is. Is it mandatory that there's an orgasm? Could one or both of you be okay if there wasn't? Is it mostly foreplay? Is it only foreplay? Could that be okay for one or both of you? I think of like the cuddling or whatever, or hugging after. Is there other types of bonding after? Do you like when you have certain conversations after? But knowing these things, especially for that lower sex drive partner, can dramatically affect the frequency and quality of your sex. Like, they might now want to have sex with you, or more often, or even when they do, it's better, it's bolder, it's more fulfilling, it's deeper, it's all these richer things that they didn't even know they wanted until you started talking about it. So have the talk. If you're not sure how, or you want that specific personal help from me about getting your relationship back on track as far as mismatching sex drives, reach out to me. We'll schedule that free strategy call and get this area of your life handled. I will talk to you on the next video.